Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and today I have a card called a Gatefold Pop-Out card. I'm making this for my grandson who's going to be 16, so I thought I would just make it for him, save me having to make another one later. So what you're going to need is your base card. I've gone with black. I'm using the papers called Bright and Beautiful, and I want to make it as boyish looking as possible. There's a lot of pink sliding through some of these colours, so I thought by putting black at the background it would help. So the things I'm using are beautiful balloons and the matching dies, and I used Alpha Best as well just to add his name. So start. What you need for your base card is a piece that measures whatever you want it to be colour wise, 11 inches by 5.5, and we're just going to, we're sort of flashing here to see if we can fix this. I'm hoping that'll fix it, but who knows. We're going to get our scoreboard out first when we have this here. This is the only bit of scoring really that you have to do, so we may do it now. So put your 11-inch piece across the top, and we're just going to score it. Where's my chubby end? We're going to score it at 2 3/4, 5.5, and 8 1/4. And that is your scoring done. Ooh. So where was I? So we want to make these like valley, mountain, valley, mountain. So we're going to fold that one in. This one we're going to fold out. And then this one we're going to fold in. So you end up with that shape, like an upside down dolly, an M. So we want to decorate these now. So I have gone ahead and cut. You need 4 pieces of white card. I have stenciled over the top of 2 pieces that I'm going to be putting in here. I have 2 pieces of one design for the inside and one design for the outside, which is going to go in the front, which I'll show you now. And all these pieces measure the same, so you need them to measure 2.5 inches by 5 1/4. So cut all your pieces that size. Make sure you have your pattern run the right way. This is a stand-up card this way. And I'm going to add 2 pieces of plain white to the back so that I can write something or stamp a nice verse or something, because this is kind of taken up. So keep all those handy. 2.5 inches by 5 1/4. And if you don't want to leave this blank in the front, this will be closed over. This is the pop-out bit. So you'll be decorating it. I have gone ahead and decorated it with balloons with the 16, and this will be sitting here. So it doesn't leave you much to write a big verse or anything, so I thought, well, we'll just leave it. And I cut out 2 pieces of the back side of this paper, and I'm going to put those along the bottom just to tie the colours in, and it saves me having to write anything at all. And they're just 2.5 inches by 1/2 inch, and they will sit like so. So we're going to stick our papers down first and then move on from there. If you don't have, this is a spotty stencil I had from Stash. It's not a Stampin' Up. It's, I don't know whose it was. I won it in a challenge. So I punched out from the Starlit Punch. No, actually I didn't. I cut it out with the dies. There's a small star and a bigger star. And I cut one of those and was intending to use it as a stencil. I thought it was a bit big. And I also want to tie the circles of the main paper inside. So if you haven't, you could use a star, cut the smaller one, square a piece of paper and leave yourself room, and just move it about where you want and stencil it, you know. Just a wee idea for you. So we're going to stick these in place, and I'm going to come straight back to you. I'm only sticking this one, and the 2 at the front, as I'll show you when I come back. So I'm back. I've got the 2 at the inside done and the 2 at the front done. So your card will close like this, and you have a square gatefold card. but when you open it, this is going to pop out, and of course you need your pop out. So what you need to do, which I totally forgot to tell you at the start, you need a piece at 3 inches by 3/4 of an inch, and you want to score it at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inches, and 2.5. And this will be your wee popping mechanism. So you want one folded in and one folded out. Okay. A wee score, and then you do the same at the other side. Whoops. One folded in, one folded out, and score. So you have this wee piece here, and this needs to go inside where the black part is here, so that your image that you've made, deciding on what you're wanting to put on it, these will cover your joins on both sides, and then you need to decide where you'd like to slide it, where's it going to sit, where is best suited to whatever. Like, I can't tell you where, because whatever you put is going to look entirely different to what I have, unless you're using the exact same stuff. So I think that's about okay, so I know to leave it here more or less. I'm going to just size these up where I like them, and then I'm going to, what am I going to do? Where's my measuring ruler? I would say if you just measure from there to the bottom of your card, it's 2.5 inches up. So when you lift these out, score it at 2.5, or mark it at 2.5, so you know to stick. I wouldn't bother sticking your pieces on yet, but do mark up there 2.5. If you mark it over a wee bit, you're not going to see it underneath your paper. Just going to mark it with a pencil. So I know that's the bottom, where I want the bottom of it to sit on both sides, and that should keep us right. So you just want to put a bit of glue on both of those. I think actually I'll use a bit stronger glue. So line that in the center and use your 2 wee pencil marks to kind of guide you, so that it sits like so. And when you open or push it like this, it opens out, and when you aren't, it's going flat down. So that seems okay. Rub those out, but you don't really need to, you're not going to see them. So now you can go ahead and stick your 2 pieces of paper at either side. Just don't stick this to it. You're sticking, put your glue on the back of this and slide it in and position it. So that's those stuck down. Now we want to attach our balloon. I'm going to put a wedge of 3D glue there, or 3D film, and we're going to stick this in place. So make sure everything's flat and it's positioned the way you want it to be positioned, and then just press it, and that is it on. Now this should close okay. You probably shouldn't raise it up, you know, but I thought it would make it stick out further. This will hardly matter to him. On the front, I have gone with just this. You could put this on a belly band if you wanted, and just leave the back with your room for these. You could use a piece of paper at the bottom and make a pocket if you're giving them money. So many ideas. You don't even need to put this if you're just putting it in an envelope, but I actually think I'm going to go with a belly band. So hold fire till I get one cut. So I've just cut a strip of an A4 piece of black yard, about 2¼ inches wide. I've gone with, this is my piece that's going to go on top of this, so it may even be too wide, but I'm going to start at this side. We want it to be a crossover at some stage, so I'll start in the center just to keep us right. We're just going to lift that and press it. And you need to bear in mind that you're allowing it to go over the bump. If you don't want this much bulk, just stick that flat to your pop out. I was a bit overzealous there. I probably could have done without that. But sure, we're all learning, aren't we? By our own mistakes. So I'm going to press that so that it has a good wee bit of room. And these two are meeting up, but this will go to the front, as I want to cover that join with my circle. So again, make sure that everything is slipping on right before you close it up, which can be a bit tricky. That seems to be okay. We're just going to stick it at the very end here with a bit of glue. It doesn't look like it's meeting up properly to me. So make sure you get those right too. Check the other side. And then just put a line of this. Don't let it push itself forward. Give it, a wee bit of leeway. By keeping it straight, you're going to know that it's the right way. I actually meant to add some debossing. So you could do that. I put it through an embossing folder as it is now, in case you think it's too plain. So I'm going to try this in there and hope for the best. Yeah, that's great. Perfect. It slips down nicely. Comes across. You've still got room. This is going to be covered now. We're going to raise that up, and that's holding my card nicely. If you feel it is too plain, use your nice paper. Oops. Add a strip of maybe the inside papers. So I had one loose there, which was a stripy one. There it is. So you could put a bar on the front and a bar on the back. So what would that be? I think I will do that because it's actually quite nice just showing the wee border. What do you think? Is it too much? Nah, it's a 16th birthday. So what did we say that was? We'll do that 2 inches. Maybe even 1 3/4. No, we'll do 2 inches. So that will sit there. And we needed to measure just under 5.5. I'd say 5 3/8. So I'm going to cut another one of these at 2 inches. And we're going to chop them down to 5 3/8. So, totally changed my mind. I flipped the paper over. The other side is the nice lime green. I thought it just worked far better. So that is it covered. You still have room to take your card out and do those back things. I just haven't decided what I'm giving the child for his birthday or if I'm buying him something. So we'll want to add this, but I think it needs raised up, doesn't it? So just bear in mind you can only raise it up inside the bar here. So maybe add your 3D foam to the card. This circle was made up of 2 separate circles from my dies. The star is out of the set and so is all the stamps, and then this Oliver is from the alphabet set, so I just stamped it on the 16 as well. So you need to make sure your central, everything's lined up, and then you want this in the center. And your star facing up, preferably. So that should be okay. So that is the card. These will slip in here. And say I may add a pocket I'm not sure what to do there, but that'll brighten up the back end. You can stamp balloons or whatever design you're going for, but I think it's a really good wee pop-up card for a teenager, you know. What do you think? Let me know. Hope you have a wee go at it, and make sure and share it over at Pinky's World so you can inspire us all. But thanks for subscribing to my email, and thanks for watching the video today, and I'll catch you all again soon. Bye.